Okay, got a battle here against my dog, because, I totally have one of those. So I lead with my I gonna die, bitch, because, yeah, don't even ask. And I go for Fire Punch, and the Super Bug dies. Well, yeah, he's so super, isn't he? Now comes out Laser Hacks, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to sacrifice Tom's girlfriend to see what he does. And then he goes for Tri-Attack, and I'm like, oh, fun. Because I actually live, but I'm just going to die next turn because I'm pretty darn sure he's scarfed. I never found out. I just ended up killing it eventually. So, now that my Gardevoir goes down, I go out to Crawdaddy because Crawdaddy's really awesome, and it's the only thing that I know can take this thing out because it has a Focus Sash, and Superpower will unquestionably destroy any Porygon Z that stands in my way. In fact, it'll hit it so hard that it turns into Porygon Z. And then it'll turn into Porygon 2 because, everybody can pronounce 2 correctly. Now, I kill off the Porygon Z, and then it falls into a white hole. Now comes out Shiny Sup, and I was thinking, what? And he goes for a U-turn because he wants to just kill me off and whatnot. So he goes out to his Ubars, and I'm like, no, you're not Palkia. So, I send out, I are so happy! Because Jolteon's new sprite looks so freaking stupid. And I go for Thunderbolt because, yeah. And he lives and he dances like a dragon because he is a dragon. And I'm thinking, yeah, Specs Jolteon sucks. And then I die from Outrage and he does from Life Orb Recoil. So, yeah. Good job, I are so happy. Not. So, the Kingdra goes down and now comes out Smiley Face. And I'm like, yeah, there's totally a thing that lets you make a smiley face for the name. So I turn into the pattern of the U thingy, and I go back to my trainer because, that's just what I do. And Senorita Mugio comes out, and Seed Flare happens, and Shaymin's like, look at my awesome flare of seeds. I'm so cool. In fact, I'm going to eat some food I found earlier. So it decides to throw more seeds at me, and is like, oh, look at this flare. But Senorita Mugio's like, yeah, no. And then, I'm guessing we're having a bunch of speed ties. No, wait, he's probably using all perfect IVs because, everybody hacks now for some stupid reason. And I go for Milk Drink because Senorita Mugio just likes to keep herself healthy. Although I question where she gets the milk from, but I really don't think I want to know. So, he goes for more flares of the seeds, and he's like, oh, my seeds are so awesome, just look at me, I'm a freaking Shaymin. And then he gets paralyzed, which is okay. So now I decided to Milk Drink to get to full health because Miltank just needs to be at full health. That's why it's called Miltank. And he rests because, Shaymin's just like sleeping randomly in battles. I mean, who doesn't? So he withdraws and goes to You Flinched because everybody has to rely on hacks to win now. So I curse because I want to be able to get more damage off, and he Thunder Waves. As I go for the Body Slam, and it doesn't do a whole lot, but it does enough, considering it's Senorita Mugio. He nasty plots now because he doesn't know I have Heal Bell, so Heal Bell up, and down, and left, and right. And then he eats some food he found earlier, and then he gives me some more tea, and I'm like, you know what? Senorita Mugio doesn't like your freaking tea. So I Body Slam again, and I have no idea why he never went for an attack. Because, if you ask me, that would have made perfect sense. Because he's at +6 now, and he never actually makes the attempt to attack. So, I give rid of my paralysis, and he just wants to make sure that I'm paralyzed for some stupid reason, even though a +6 Air Slash will unquestionably kill my Miltank. So I get Parahacks on him, and he's like, oh, come on, this isn't fair, you haven't got a single Parahacks! And I'm like, you can't rely on hacks to win, dude. So I go for another Heal Bell, just because I don't want to be paralyzed. And he's like, yeah, go Shaymin! So I go for Body Slam. And it doesn't do a whole lot, because Shaymin's just sitting there getting hit by a freaking cow. And then he Aromatherapies. And I decide to Milk Drink, thinking he might go for an attack, but, he doesn't. So now he goes for an attack. And I think I go for Body Slam here, because, it's the cool thing to do. He gets a special defense drop, finally. And I Body Slam, get another pair of hacks, and I'm thinking now would be an opportune time to switch. Because I don't really want to take another Seed Flare to the face. So now I bring out my Azelf, because that's just the cool thing to do, I suppose. Have I said that already? And I Ice Punch because Shaymin doesn't like ice. That's why Shaymin's tea is always served hot. And Smiley Face just keeps bouncing around and eating and whatnot, even though it's asleep, which doesn't make any sense. And I keep going for more Ice Punches because, you know, Shaymin just doesn't like cold stuff. That's why it left Jimmy's place, because he got a bunch of Macargos and whatnot. Now it's super hot in his room. So the Shaymin dies, and now comes out the shiny Sup. I figured he would U-turn here, but I really didn't care. But he actually just goes for Brave Bird, obviously predicting a switch, I think. I don't know. But he takes a lot of recoil, and I Ice Punch. And that will kill the Crobat, because Azelf's just awesome. And now he's only got his Togekiss left. And he's like, you flinched. And he complained the entire time that he got no hacks. And I'm like, you can't rely on hacks to win. So yeah, good game. I don't remember your name.